Thanks for joining me on this video. If you haven't done so already, be sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification icon. That way you don't miss out on any new content on the channel. And also be sure to follow me on these other social media platforms. Links are in the description below. You know what? I tell you. Wow. So guys, yesterday was the homegoing slash I don't even want to call it a funeral, because if anything, my heart was just beating so fast. I was smiling. I don't really cry, but I did tear up at a couple scenes. But that amazing ceremony, homegoing for Miss Aretha Franklin, was spectacular. Unfortunately, I did not watch the entire thing. I mean, I was working on some other projects and cleaning and stuff at the time, so I would chime in to different parts and pieces of the funeral. And I do believe that you can find the full funeral online, and funeral is what they label it as on YouTube and whatnot. But they do have it in bits and pieces as well, where if you want to hear Bill Clinton speaking or Ariana Grande singing, I'm pretty sure on YouTube, because I actually just watched about 4 clips earlier today. But in this video, I want to be honest here. I don't think I've done a what if in quite a while on this channel. A what if. And yeah, I don't know what it was, but sometimes when I'm driving between my apartment and my folks' house, 'cause I went down there this morning in my hometown, I began to think, number one, it was just fantastic to see the cast of the haves and the have-nots at the funeral on yesterday. Because of this, it is easy to forget that they're people. So when I first saw Wyatt, David, Jim, Veronica, Hannah, Catherine, and of course Tyler himself, I'm thinking to myself, wait, how did Wyatt get out of jail? David's back is better? Veronica's wearing a black dress. I watch the show too much, y'all. I watch it. But yeah, I mean, just seeing them all interacting together like that is fantastic. I hope and pray there is a day where I'm able to meet them in person. It was just, I will be grinning from ear to ear, and that will be a sight to see. But in any case, I'm actually going to leave a link in the description below where Tyler Perry, I think for about maybe 5 minutes or so, he's up on stage, giving his eulogy, delivering some words and powerful stuff. But I did enjoy that section of the funeral. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of other spectacular sections from the funeral that I actually missed. But over the weekend, maybe the next few days, I'll sit down and watch it. But yeah, it was great. Now, not to ramble on too long, but I just wanted to say that it really was incredible to see that Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul, was a huge fan of this show. And it makes me wonder how many other celebrities out there watch the haves and the have-nots. So yeah, that was amazing. That was amazing. But in any case, I was on my way back to Lynchburg, and I was thinking to myself, you know what? We always talked about how we don't know who Veronica's mom is. We know she's been mentioned and whatnot. And there is a terrible storm going on right now. So if you hear any background noise, it's thunder. Hopefully the electricity doesn't go out. That's something I don't want to happen. But in any case, I was thinking to myself, wouldn't it have been something if the Queen of Soul was the mother of the Ice Queen? If Aretha Franklin portrayed Veronica Harrington's mother on the show? Because a lot of people associate Aretha Franklin with being the original diva. And oh man, it is coming down outside, folks. All right, let's pray nothing happens to the electricity here. But I'm just saying that I never considered that, because when I remember there was a time when this channel, I would pump out maybe 2 to 3 videos every couple of weeks just pertaining to Veronica's mom. And, a lot of people, we would just go back and forth about Felicia Rashad, Oprah Winfrey, Jennifer Lewis, and then a list of other people, but those are probably the top 3. And Cicely Tyson. But when you think about it, Aretha Franklin actually would have made a great portrayal of Veronica's mom, because it just, I feel like it writes itself in a lot of ways. Because I do recall hearing like a news report or whatnot that Miss Franklin's health got to the point where her doctor recommended her not to go around touring and whatnot, and that she would only appear for like special tribute or guest appearances at like a concert or something along, or like a memorial or something along those lines, due to her age and health. But it would have been interesting to see the dynamic of a fan of a franchise actually being in it. That's pretty cool if you ask me. But it would have been an interesting what if to have someone with the attitude and the aura, if you will, of Aretha Franklin portraying Veronica Harrington. I would just love the dynamic between the two in terms of what kind of character Aretha would play and how that would balance out Veronica, because perhaps in Aretha, we could see what made Veronica Harrington the way she is today. I mean, was she burning houses and cars like Veronica is now? What kind of mother was she? Was she neglectful? Was she somebody who had her heyday when she was younger, but then eventually came down either to drugs or gambling, or just lost her money, or her career fizzled out, and then she took it out on her child, and that inspired Veronica to do better with herself. And it's like, look, I saw all the mistakes that my mom made. I'm not going to make them. I'm going to make something out of myself. But then, she kind of stumbled and fell herself when it came down to her addictions to alcohol and pain medication. Then, she was put in rehab, came out, and was stronger than ever before. It also reminded me, if you think way back to, I know the game came on the BET, but I'm talking about the original couple seasons on CW. Wait, I think it was called CW. Yeah, CW. And I thought about Jason Pitts, how he was a cheapskate and whatnot. And we learned that his father was a professional football player just like he was. But the thing was, he was poor at money management and ended up losing it all. Hence why Jason Pitts is the way he is today, trying not to be his father. And by doing so, he was killing his wife by being frugal. Being a penny pincher, not having a maid around the house, having Kelly do everything his wife. So I did like the dynamic of, in one episode, we saw how a person's parents made the character the way they are today, and Jason was semi like a villain in the way he did things. I would love that for Veronica. Like, I would have loved to see the portrayal of Aretha Franklin as her mother. Can you imagine Jim trying to talk smack to Aretha and her shutting him down? Because of the fact that I do believe in season 2, it was mentioned that Jim according to him, sued the hell out of her husband, meaning that Veronica's mom does not like Jim, because I believe, it was said that Jim sued her husband. So I imagine that Aretha and John in the same scene would be magical. And for some reason, I just feel that Catherine and Veronica's mom would probably hit it off in regards of their hatred towards Jim. That's what I think. But I found like this to be like a fun what if. I really want the community to chime in on this. What do you think the dynamic would be of Aretha Franklin if she were to portray Veronica Harrington's mother on The Haves and Have-Nots? For one, I think that would have been like a dream come true for her to be in a show that she loves to watch. Number two, I would have loved to have seen the dynamic of her on screen once again. And I guess I'm going to end the video on this. Let's kind of fill in the blanks in the comments below. What if Aretha Franklin was portraying Veronica Harrington's mother? What kind of mother do you think she would have been? Do you think she would have been a neglectful type and whatnot, like I mentioned earlier? How do you think she was when she was younger? Did she have a blossoming career in music similar to Aretha Franklin in real life? Maybe she was into law herself, but, fell into a rough patch. I really think this is definitely something that I want everybody else to chime in on. Interesting what if. Maybe, and I'm just throwing this out there, maybe there'll be another famous African-American woman, either in music or television or something in the media, and they'll come in to portray Veronica's mother. Who knows? But let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Like I said before, I'm going to leave a link in the description of Tyler Perry's speech at the funeral on yesterday. I definitely highly recommend checking it out. And I actually was grinning ear to ear when the pastor leading the service said, the cast of her favorite show, The Haves and the Have-Nots, And then the roar from the crowd of the applause, even former President Bill Clinton got to his feet and clapped. You know, when your show gets Bill to his feet, you know you're doing something right. So I hope this just means the haves and the have-nots has gained an even bigger audience. I mean, when you're on a look, I don't want to say this like, you know, the funeral is like a springboard, but I'm just saying the fact that the funeral was such a huge televised event. I'm willing to bet there are people who never even watched the haves and the have-nots, but knew of Aretha Franklin. They might be more willing to check out the show now. It's like, if the Queen of Soul loved that show, maybe I should check it out too. That means possibly more people will get on now. Or once again, this could be an even bigger push for Tyler Perry and whatnot to put the show on DVD or Netflix so new fans can be spawned. That's all I'm saying, folks. That is look, I studied advertising and public relations in college. So I know for a fact that was like free advertising right there. From the moment the preacher said the haves and the have-nots, her favorite show, bet money there's going to be a major flock of people who are new who will check out the show now. I'm willing to bet. So with that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What was your favorite part of the homegoing for the Queen of Soul? Please chime in with your thoughts on what if she had the chance to be on the show. Do you think she would have portrayed Veronica's mom? Do you think she would have been in there to do a song like Stephanie Mills did? And overall, you know, do you think we'll ever see Veronica's mother on the show? So thanks so much for tuning in. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll talk to you all soon.